This game preview is brought to you by Manscaped's Foot Duster Foot Deodorant. Say goodbye to stinky foot funk with this essential deodorant spray. Head over to manscaped.com and use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. The Foot Duster Foot Deodorant by Manscaped. The best protection any place below the waist.
The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. Drew Lock has tested positive for COVID and will miss tonight's game. Geno Smith will get the start. How big is that? How big is this in the development of who becomes the starting quarterback week 1 for the Seattle Seahawks, Aaron?
Yeah, I think it's a lot bigger for Geno Smith than it is for Drew Lock, if that's saying anything. I think this is Geno's opportunity. I think we talked about the plan for the Seattle Seahawks all along was to let Geno go first, have his opportunity, let Drew Lock go second, and here was Drew Lock's opportunity. But obviously he's wiped out by COVID. I think they give him that chance. Maybe it's week 3. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just whether Geno Smith plays well enough or doesn't play well enough to allow Drew Lock to be that starter week 1. So I think this is now Geno's opportunity to take control of that quarterback's room by going out and having another good performance like he did last week. We talked about the numbers him and Lock put up last week. Both good, but maybe Lock got the better of him because he threw the 2 touchdowns. Well, Geno now is probably going to play the majority of this game and have an opportunity to kind of separate himself from Drew Lock. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Geno can do with the opportunity. I expect him to play well. It's the Bears defense that's not really good, whether it's first string, second string, or any other string. But if he doesn't play well, then I think it's a direct line to Drew Lock start being the starter week 1.
So is this kind of it? So do you think this game is it right here? If Geno Smith does well, it's his job. If he doesn't do well, it opens that door back up for Drew Lock.
Depends. If Drew Lock can play week 3, he still has an opportunity, if that makes sense. Because he's to me, if Geno plays well and then game 3 comes along and Drew can't play, I think you're probably leaning towards Geno Smith. But if Drew can come back week 3 and play, I do think they give him an opportunity to go out and win the job like he would have had the opportunity this week. So Geno's just in a prime spot to take full advantage of this. And hey, we say it all the time. Like a lot of people say you shouldn't lose your job to injuries or COVID happens. You got sick. Unfortunately, it sucks. And the sad part is they were saying how good he looked in practice and he had been playing well. He was going to start. And then you get COVID and there's nothing you can do about it. He leaves practice and he can't play. So unfortunate for Drew Lock, but now he's got to find another way to get back on the field and earn that job.
It is a plus that he got it when he did, and the game is on Thursday because it gives him an extended amount of time to get back to health and back on the field. So, this game happens Sunday or something like that, and he gets COVID announced on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Well, then you're probably talking about him absolutely missing the third preseason game. So he's got that little extended time to get back to health. And, Geno Smith, if he does not play well, the door is wide open. I think if he does play well, maybe you're still looking at Geno Smith starting week 1. And because of that reason, you don't want to play him that much in preseason week 3, which will allow Drew Lock to come back in and show what he's capable of. And then maybe you have something you feel comfortable with knowing that either one of these guys starting in week 1 makes you feel okay that you're not as far behind the 8 ball as you may have thought going into the preseason.
On the Bears side of things, Matt Eberflus said that his Bears starters will get 6 to 10 plays in this second preseason game. Pretty standard stuff. AJ, what do you did you not like that? Did you not like that from Matt Eberflus?
Do you want me to go or do you want AJ to go and finish the question?
I would like to hear what you were saying.
If you seem very upset by this.
Yeah, I don't understand this. The Bears, pardon my French, sorry, Carson Wentz, I don't mean to give your nickname away, but the Bears are a shitburger, of a franchise right now. They are not winning franchise right now. They're not doing anything special. They don't have a bunch of veterans on that team that need 6 to 8 plays. 6 to 8 plays? What in the hell can you evaluate from young players that haven't played in the NFL that are starters more than likely on your team with 6 to 8 plays? I'm sorry, Justin Fields needs more than 6 to 8 plays. He needs to be on the field. Darnell Mooney needs to be on the field. Velas old-ass Jones needs to be on the field. These are guys that need to be playing football. And I get it. You want to protect your players. But stop with the mindset of thinking, oh, we're going to compete and we're going to contend and we need our guys to be healthy. No, you need your guys to show that they can play football so you don't have to go draft other players to replace them next year and you can actually have some hope going in the future. They need to play. This is not a team that needs to sit their starters out because for 6 plays. Why play if you're going to only play 6 plays? Like, you tell me Patrick Mahomes is going to come in and get 1 drive, play 6 plays. Cool. I'm getting in the rhythm.
Well, for the Bears, that could very well be 2 drives, the 6 to 10. So it was 6 to 10 plays, not 6 to 8. But either way, that could be 2 drives to the Bears, knowing that they could go 3 and out both times, and you get 2 drives for Justin Fields. That could end up being
be doing the Carson Wentz of Week 1. They need to play into the second quarter. They need to play football. They are not good enough not to play football.
Yeah,
honestly, and you're right where I was going. Like, there's one person's job on that team really that I think is safe, and that's Justin Fields. Anybody else, like, you need to play your ass off. And if you get hurt, but you know what I mean. But you get the point of where I'm going with that. And like, because the thing is, if you get hurt, they need to, like you say, they need to be seeing what they have in the future because they're going to be right back at the drawing board next season, no matter how surprising they may play this season, right? They still got to draft a load of talent next year to continue to build this team. So if someone gets hurt, that sucks for that player, but we need to see where else we still need to grow. So, this is dumb. Like, it's week 2 of now a 3-week preseason. It's not like you have 2 more games to think about. You have 1 more shot to see what's going on.
And so they got rid of the 4th preseason game, so they get an extra week off, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like, I don't know. And maybe the coaches are trying to make a point to get rid of preseason altogether. I don't know. But it's like, okay, the 3rd preseason game used to be the game that everybody played all their snaps in. Well, now you don't have a 4th week. So why can't you play more snaps in the 2nd and 3rd week? Like, I get week 1, you're first getting acclimated. The Bears just don't have that luxury, man. Them guys need it. Matter of fact, if I'm the coach, you might play into the 4th quarter.
It's what we said. It's what we said for it might have been the Bears last week, where there's preseason teams. There's teams that their preseason is part of their regular season at this point, where you're evaluating, you're wanting to see these guys. These games matter. These moments matter. Whereas when it comes to like the teams like the Chiefs and those guys, like, it doesn't matter. You're just going through the motions. You're getting things figured out. But the Bears are one of those teams where it's like, okay, this matters, and you got to get your starters going. I get what you're saying there. Let's get into the predictions of this game here. Seahawks, Bears. Aaron, what is your final score? Who's taking this one home?
I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one, and I think Geno will play a lot because the whole thing, probably another first half at least. I'll take the Seahawks 24-17.
AJ?
I'm also taking the Seahawks. I'm taking them 27-13.
I will triple down on the Seahawks and go 19-7 as the final score for the Seahawks.
Those Bears 4th stringers, they showed out last week against KC. Watch out.
Hey, watch out. Watch out. Those 4th stringers, those 4th stringers are going to play all game apparently, because Justin Fields is only going to get 6 to 10 plays. So you might see those 4th stringers in the second quarter, and they'll make it happen. But all right, that's our game preview for the Bears and Seahawks. If you want to check out our other game previews, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at Sac City Pod for all of the preseason game previews, all of the regular season game previews, and so much more.